Hello everyone, this is The Question, back with another manga haul. This is everything I picked up in the month of May. Quite a bit smaller than a normal haul, but lots of very cool stuff that I got in here. We've got stuff from used bookstores, from smaller publishers. We've got a very long-awaited reprint that came from an old Right Stuf back order. So let's get right into the pickups. Okay, starting off we have some pickups from smaller publishers. First off we have a small pickup from Glacier Bay Books, and I picked up some of their smaller little tiny books that I hadn't picked up yet. So first off we have The Mermaid and the Prince here. As you can see, a very small little release. I grabbed the To the Sea. It's just kind of this little preview booklet. I think it says here, special preview edition, hand printed, edition of 100. I really liked the regular full length version of this, and so I went ahead and added this to my order. Really great artwork in this series. Another little one, we have this Dear Sarah 1997 summer little release. This one's less manga, more like kind of just like a picture book. And this is by the same creator of Seaside Beta. And then same thing here, another very small little release. We have I'll Be Waiting at the Solution, again by that same creator. And again, just like kind of like more like a little picture book than an actual manga volume. And that was everything from Glacier Bay. Okay, next up we have two releases that came from Breakdown Press this month. One was a long-awaited reprint, and one is a newer release, one that just got released. So the long-awaited reprint was Ding Dong Circus and Other Stories, 1967 to 1974. I actually have a copy of the original print of this. It's just heavily sun damaged on the spine. It's missing. The original one had one of those obies on it. So this new print is slightly different in its look, but otherwise same contents inside. If you're into surrealist, kind of out there art style, really interesting creativity going on here, I definitely recommend this one. I gave the original one when I read it 5 stars. If you're looking for something different, definitely check this one out now that it's been reprinted. And then the next one is one I don't know too much about. I haven't really heard anything about this creator. This was Red Knight, and this was the new release. And so it's got a little description here. It is by Hanawa Kazuichi, who is a pioneer of erotic, grotesque, and folk horror in manga. And then this collection was published in 1985 in Japan. And here's there's a lot of explicit content in here, so I'm trying to find a page where it's not too bad. But yeah, the artwork, fantastic. If you're into creators like Suehiro Maruo or Shintaro Kago, kind of similar styles here in this book, so very glare heavy, so sorry about that. It's a very shiny black. We have one new release that I got straight from Fantagraphics, and that is Search and Destroy Volume 2. This is based on Dororo by Osamu Tezuka, and this is a 3-volume series, like a sci-fi take on that classic manga series. And so I haven't read volume 1 yet. I'm kind of waiting until all the 3 volumes come out. They're spaced out pretty far. I think it's been like almost maybe a year, not quite a year since volume 1 came out. And I think volume 3 isn't scheduled till early next year. So definitely looking forward to reading through this when it is all released. There's kind of some pictures of what the art looks like. And lastly, from the small publishers that I got directly from them, we have Face Meat by Banten Taro. This is published by Living the Line under their Smudge imprint. I've talked multiple times with every one of these new releases how great that it is that we're getting stuff like this in English. And this one here is another one. It's got 14 short stories. Really great artwork here. Let's see if I can turn it to a page that is not too bad. Yep, here we go. So if you're interested in horror, creepy manga, classic 70s, 80s, definitely pick this one up. And that was it from straight from the individual publishers. Okay, next up is a stack of stuff that I picked up from local used bookstores, manga stores. So starting off, we have volume 1 of Komomo Confessieri. This is a series I've been meaning to pick up for a while. I actually really shouldn't have picked up this volume 1 because the series does not go for a lot of money, and I think there's only 6 volumes. I should have just picked up the whole series off eBay or something instead of just grabbing a random volume 1, but this store I went to, this was really the only thing I was interested in, so I went ahead and grabbed it. It was like $5, but now I'll just have to try to get the remaining volumes. Next up, we have 2 volumes of a series I've been collecting, but I didn't have these volumes, and that is Tsubaki Chow Lonely Planet, so I picked up volume 6. And volume 7. We have a short 2-volume Shoujo Beat series. Haven't heard anything really about this one, but I've been grabbing pretty much any of the Shoujo Beat titles that I don't have, especially these shorter series ones if I can get them all in one go. So we have Backstage Prince, volume 1. And then volume 2, which is the final volume. And then this was a really good steal. I got the volumes 1 and 2 of Please Save My Earth, which are 2 volumes that I needed for my collection of this series. And now I'm only missing 4 volumes left of this one. And of course, they're the 4 that go for insane amounts of money. These 2 were a little on the harder to find set, but I think they usually go for 30, 40 bucks, something like that, not too much. But I got both of these for $5, so I am very happy with that. But yeah, like I said, the ones I'm missing are going for like $100 a piece. So unless I magically find those, I don't know when I'm gonna run into those anywhere for cheap. We've got a random volume of The Invisible Man and His Soon-to-Be Wife. I really enjoyed volume 1 of this series. Just haven't been continuing to pick it up. I was gonna kind of wait till it was completed, but I found a random volume 4, so I grabbed that. And then lastly, we have a complete series that I don't really know too much about. I just vaguely know it's somewhat Alice in Wonderland inspired, and it's by the same creator of Fushigi Yugi, which I have not read either, and that is Alice 19th. So I found all 7 volumes of this series. I don't know, I'm assuming this is out of print. This is the old Viz Shoujo imprint, but it is not very hard to find. It goes for a cheap price. It's not very, you're not going to be breaking the bank trying to find this. But if you have read this series, let me know your thoughts. Just looked interesting. Short 7-volume series. I love when I go to a used place and they have all of the series there and I can just pick it all up in one fell swoop, especially when they're like $5 a volume like this was. And that was it from used bookstores. Okay, next up we are going to have my smallest stack of Barnes & Noble pre-orders, or pre-orders in general, that I think I've had in a month and probably years. So not a lot of pre-orders. I didn't put these in alphabetical order just because there's not a lot of them like I usually do. So starting off, we have one that I really don't know too much about. This is Indigo. This is by a publisher that I'm pretty sure is fairly new. This is Nakama Press. And this is not a manga release. It is by 2 Hong Kong creators. And I've heard really good things about it. Saw some reviews that thought pretty highly of it, so I figure I would give it a shot. It is supposed to be a sci-fi series and just looked interesting. New publisher, figure I'd give it a shot. Next up, we have the 3rd of these omnibus releases of Colette Decides to Die, Shoujo Beat. We have volume 2 of these beautiful Pet Shop of Horrors collector's edition releases. This is volume 2. Really nice quality on these. Yes, it is a little pricey, but a really nice release. We have volume 3 of Eden of Witches. Really loved volume 1. Another fairly newer publisher, Kana. and really looking forward to checking this out to read the rest of it once it's completed. I think it's only like 5 volumes. I don't think it's too long, but we have volume 3. We have Queen's Quality volume 22. I think this is wrapping up fairly soon. We have a volume 1, a Tokyo Pop volume 1 that I haven't heard anybody talk about, and that is Merry Witch's Life. I just thought it looked interesting from the cover. I like series with witches. I kind of like the color scheme that they went with here on the cover. And new Tokyo Pop release, says fantasy. So I figure I would give it a shot. So I'll let you guys know what I think of it. There's that. We have another fantasy series. We have Frieren Beyond Journey's End volume 13. Everybody knows about that series. We have a final volume, and that is A Cat from Our World and the Forgotten Witch. This is volume 5, the final volume. This one, I read the first volume, and it is very similar. It gives me similar vibes to Frieren. So if you're reading Frieren, looking for something to have a similar vibe to it, definitely check this one out. Now that it's completed, I am definitely going to read through it all. We have a horror series, I think horror, and that is Kaya-chan Isn't Scary. This is one, maybe I didn't pre-order this one, I just heard people talk about it, and so I went ahead and added it onto an order, but looking forward to checking that one out. We have a Yuri series that has a very adult cover here. My Girlfriend's Not Here Today, volume 4. This is under their Girls Love line, like it says, Plono Advisory. We have another copy of Face Meat because I forgot that I had ordered this straight from the publisher and then also from Barnes & Noble. So I'll be getting rid of one of my copies of this, but I grabbed 2 copies. And then my last Barnes & Noble pre-order, we have Fairy Cat Volume 1. I actually just read this one today. Very cute cat series about this small palm-sized cat that this guy finds. And I guess in whatever world he lives in, these are not uncommon, but a little bit rare that people run into these little fairy-sized cats that live in your house for a certain amount of time and then magically disappear. But this was a cute volume 1. Okay, and the last thing I picked up was the Revolutionary Girl Utena box set. This is by far the coolest thing I got this month. This has been back ordered or out of print for many years. I had it back ordered for at least a year and a half, or whenever Right Stuf closed. Right before they closed, I had used a coupon code, and so I had this back ordered for $32. I was not ever expecting that this was actually going to be reprinted, but it finally got reprinted. So they sent me my copy. It has 2 nice oversized hardcovers in there. Here is what the individual hardcovers look like. Just a really nice, really heavy duty release here. And yeah, really happy about it. If you're interested, definitely grab it. I don't expect that they've printed a boatload of copies of this, with it being a box set and being one that's been out of print for so long. So if you're interested, definitely check it out. Last time I checked, it was still in stock on Crunchyroll, but I assume other places, other bookstores have it in stock also. But yeah, that was it. And that is everything I picked up in the month of May. Okay, so that was it. That was everything I picked up in the month of May. If you have any thoughts about anything I picked up, any questions, complaints, please let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And everybody have a great month of June. Thanks.